a little bit about, the ceremonies. We first obviously traveling, getting into Mexico, but I think one of the main aspects that helped us start to evolve and to tap higher into ourselves is when we were introduced to ceremonies, ancestral medicine that we wasn't used to learning about and even aware of
Knowing
in the
about.
United States, bro.
Hmm.
I know for myself, really not at all, bro. In the States,
Yeah, you
no,
don't hear
hearing
about it
about it
often.
in Peru, Costa Rica, a tad bit, but not really having any idea about Tepescohuite, ayahuasca, peyote, and mushrooms I heard a little bit
Yeah,
about,
but
but
we ain't tapped in with them like that.
at all. So I believe Mexico was profound for that. And, and I want you to talk about the first introduction. How my man asked you if you
Man,
wanted to go
bro.
to.
Crazy small backstory. Freaking, we in Mexico, as you already know, bro. Um, Meditating. This symbol popped up on my arm,
Mhm.
which made me go get the tattoo. So,
This one, right?
this one, yeah, when it popped
Yeah.
up in my arm, just imprinted in my joint, I was like, all right. So you only had one tattoo before. I'm like, all right, get that tatted. Then I want more. So the
Mhm.
second day, I'm like, I'm gonna get this tree of life tattooed on me. I'm walking to go. It's early in the morning. Early in the morning, walking to go get this mug tattooed on me. And they love to try to sell you something on Playa on Fifth. I'm like, oh, te vas mañana, maybe. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some made me stop. I'm like, he was like, "Arr?" Like,
Like something caught your
what you say,
attention.
bro? And he know
Yeah.
English. I ain't know Spanish like that. I'm like, what you say? He like, you know about the tree of life? I'm like, bro, I'm about to get that tatted on me right the fuck now. It's like
Crazy
8 o'clock in the
synchronicity.
morning. I'm like, I'm gonna sit down, go over there. I'm like, what's up, man? He started talking. I said, you can stop talking. I already know you're talking about some type of ceremony. I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm with
I'm
it.
with it.
I'm with it.
So
Like,
at that moment, you just felt like this was part of the reason you came
it
to
was meant to
Mexico for.
happen. Shit, it was meant to happen. I think it was like the day before Thanksgiving. In the states, and then we didn't go. I didn't go that day because I was gonna get this tattooed on me, and I'm going the next day.
Okay.
I told you so. We pull up the next morning. We about to go catch the collectivo or
Mhm.
what you call it, a van to Tulum.
Yes, sir.
And I'm nervous as shit. I'm
I
nervous.
bet.
I'm going by myself because you and I'm not going. I'm going by
Yeah.
myself. I don't know this dude from a can of paint. He could be trying. I'm like, he could be trying to set me up. But as I said on the ride, the he was talking so packed. He was talking, and once she found out I guess got off the phone, the lady overheard him like, "Yo, y'all doing ceremony?" He's like, "Yes." She's like, "Who's your shaman?" He's like, "Oh, a shaman is Rick." She was like, "Oh, I know. I don't know Rick personally, but I learned. I'm a shaman. I learned from somebody. I learned from Rick." And my spirit was
Mm.
like, "Oh, okay." We say. So fast forward, we get there to the place to go do the ceremony, and Rick speaks English, but the person that's going to do it speaks Spanish.
Okay.
And he's like, so we did the rape first, and then he's going to go back with the other guy and going to do the ceremony. So he's like, he's going to tell you when you're ready. I'm like, all right, I don't know Spanish. And I didn't know how to smoke it at the time. So I'm smoking it almost like hookah
Ah, got you. Instead of like.
instead of just holding it as we usually do.
Mhm.
Man, I just remember this probably like 5 times. Probably on the sixth one, he was like, pretty much his spirit said you're good because I don't know what the fuck he's saying. But I just know I'm like, how did you know? And I'm hearing all those noises.
Mm.
Boom. And it's like breaking that wall,
Mhm.
it's like dying. But at that moment in time, it's like as you already know, my spirit, I popped the fuck up. Like I already knew all this shit from all the meditation times I had. Like when I was in New York, I told you I'm meditating full moon one day, and I just seen a million faces, and the spirit was like, "Don't be afraid. You are everyone. Everyone is you."
Mhm.
But what then doing in that ceremony, it was like, you're seeing all the colors. You're seeing the fractal world. You see, this reality that we're living in is
Everything.
a piece of sand on the beach of the world.
Yeah.
You see the fractal, you see everything. It's like you're in this, everything meets, like in the song, in the place where everything meets. And then I was in the place where it creates everything, the infinite potential, the void, you want to call it, triple blackness,
Mhm.
just sitting in there. And it was like, knowing you can't die, that you are the avatar. And anytime that, what they say, this place is God reflected on itself,
Mhm.
to be able to experience itself. So when I stopped trying to use my rational mind, my logical mind of trying to state to myself
That
what
human
this
mind.
is or what I'm perceiving,
Uh-huh.
that's when colors would start dropping like it was Tetris. But as soon as I would stop and just truly be, and when they say try to quiet your mind, don't think, I
Yeah.
was really in a place of no thought. It was just infinite peace, darkness, but it was home, nirvana, it was heaven. And as soon as I wanted to reflect on what the fuck I was experiencing, colors, light, you know what I'm saying? When they say God reflect on himself, this light coming from the void, all light that we see is a projection from the infinite all. I was in the infinite all. And as at the same time within that ceremony, I told you I didn't see myself anymore. I'm speaking in tongues. I seen your face. And the spirit was like, yo, the Brody has to do it. The ancestor was like, yo, he has to do it. Miles has to do it. Miles has to do it. I think I did it twice that day. The first one I was in there talking a lot, speaking in tongues. I'm really conversing to myself, telling myself what everything is, who white people were, who black people were, how we're all still connected. It's just like, all right, if the black is source of God, white people are just they're still connected. They're just the furthest end of the aspect, but they're still connected. So, and then the second smoke that time was really just sitting in it in peace. And then, obviously we can look in Tulum because it's different than the one we did with our shaman that taught us more stuff with Zoo. Actually getting to look and see everything that is freaking the life and death, all that change all at one point in time. The trees, like I said, it could be dirt here with nothing, but you're gonna see grass and everything growing and dying in 2.5 seconds. The different
Man.
colors of energy, like really, it was like Doctor Strange. That nigga's like, ah! Like nigga, it was crazy. But that was the first one, and then talk about your experience when went again for the next time. Even getting into the nigga was scared.
Yeah, that's what I want to touch on that first. Like,
uh,
like you said, bro. It was you got the message that I had to do it.
yeah.
It was necessary, and yeah, keeping it a buck. When you first told me, I was like, man, it sounds amazing, but I don't know. But that was definitely more so my ego because at the even when I was saying that, my higher self knew like, bro, you got to do this, whether you want to or not. That's a whole different story. But and then one of our brothers, Scotty, pulls up like a week or two
Perfect
later,
time.
and then literally all you did was just tell him about it. He's like, let's do it. And so for me, with me going back so far with Scotty, I'm like, hold on. But it just kind of showed me also in that moment, like, okay, this was needed. He was supposed to be here for me to do it. So same thing, we hop on the bus, go to Tulum for the ceremony, meet with Rex and his family and the other shaman, and I was shook. Whole time I was like shook, but it's also like excitement. It was and I was anxious knowing that my life is going to change in a good way. Or just I just knew it was gonna change. I
Yeah.
can't even say it a good way. At the time, I didn't know. So we go, walking back, and then you just going deeper into the jungle. You know what I'm saying? No cell phone service, no none of that. Literally just got some shorts on and and then we started the process, started the ceremony, start singing the songs. The goddess was singing amazing chants.
Beautiful.
Man.
She had her baby with her and all.
And so we get into the ceremony, and I'll never forget. And this time with you, me, and Scotty, I went first.
Yep, you,
So
Scotty.
I went first because I'm part of me is like, yo, let's get this out the way.
I
I don't
wanted to
know
go.
what it is.
I wanted to go last so I could see y'all.
But real quick too, I gotta say, before I did this, there was a part of me that knew I came here for something to Mexico. From everything in our journey and everything going on with the pandemic and all of that, but I have been on the journey of looking, trying to get answers, about life, about religion, about history, about the things we've been lied about, all of these different things, bro. So getting there, and then after you did it, it's like that's when I knew I had to do it. So then fast forward to actually inhaling the ceremony or inhaling the medicine, like you said, bro. Doctor Strange. That scene from Doctor Strange is
Hits it on the head.
that hits it on the head because you literally experienced dying without dying. And before you get to that point, you got your human brain, your monkey mind is like, oh shit, this is it, and we about to be out of here.
Closing your eyes ain't getting away from this
At
either.
all. That's funny you say that, because I'm like, I remember feeling like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but let me just try to close my eyes, and I close my eyes, and I'm still right here. Like it's not so. So then that's when I'm starting to kind of bug out, keeping it a buck. But then I hear your voice. That's when I hear your voice. It's like, everything is you. Everything is you, bro. Everything is you. And it's like, I needed that. I needed that, because I told you, I was like, bro, keep talking, because at that moment I was fighting it. I was fighting it. You know what I'm saying? And that was a difficult part, was the fighting it. Once I released and just surrendered. Oh my God.
And that nirvana, the infinite love,
Everything.
total as a more.
And just like you said, you got the reminders. It reminded me, like, I've been here before, been here numerous times. Have nothing to be afraid of. We're limitless, infinite beings. We don't die. You know what I'm saying? All of these things that I was programmed, I shed them in that moment, and it's like the biggest weight off me. You know what I'm saying? And also too, we got to touch on the grief from Big Bro, my Big Bro transitioning like that. Not knowing how to process that for years was, in a sense, kind of haunting me, keeping me up at night and things like that. But I was, during the ceremony, as you know, I was able to communicate with him, to feel him, to see him, to understand where he is, and that he exited this plane as right on cue, as everything was supposed to. To us, as human, in the human being, in the monkey minds, it's difficult. It can be difficult to grasp that and accept that, with us being so emotional and whatnot. But once I understood that, it's been up ever since. It's been a whole different peace and tranquility and different communication between me and the soul that was my big brother. That is my big brother.
So if a question, so what, or somebody's like wondering, like, what is it that you were seeing that was being projected after when you first did the medicine?
You're talking about, like, at first, before I found that,
before you found the flow.
I got you. It was an overwhelming feeling of me being all that I am. It was just overwhelming. It just felt like
system overload.
It was like system overload. It felt like too much. And everything is perfect. So when I heard your voice, like, that helped me. It helped me, bro. So it's like, I don't even know how much more I would have been fighting. But in that moment, I saw myself as a tree. I saw myself as a bird. I saw myself as dirt. I saw myself as like an earthworm. I know you remember as dirty. I was dirty in the ceremony. I was trying to climb into the dirt and everything. And it was just a part of the whole process of me understanding that I am everything. There's no separation, And I think the struggle was coming with me trying to separate. I'm like, and that's where you can be fucked up. Trying to be on that type of time.
Also with that, because the first every ceremony I did, I always feel like I'm like I shit on myself, but it's really the Kundalini energy just really opened the fuck up. You know what I'm saying, and moving. Did you feel that same energy?
Yes. Both times, because I ended up doing the ceremony to Pesco Huite 2 times, and both times it's like, it feels like you about to just pee shit on you, like, just release, because you just surrendering. It's just, and like you said, it's that Kundalini. So yeah, bro.
So with us doing you did two ceremonies, two different shamans.
Yeah.
What do you think was the biggest difference between the first ceremony, first 2 times you did it in Tulum with Rex, and then the time we did it with Zoo?
Great question. I would say the first time, truly not having an idea or expectation of the ceremony and the medicine. It was a little more overwhelming. However, the peak of me reaching the nirvana, that was like we talked about, it was like graduation. It was like,
Mhm.
aha,
Mhm.
this is it. This is what I've been on this journey for all of these years. So it felt like a graduation in that aspect.
Mhm.
Obviously, we have more, and that was one of the messages from Big Bro. It's like, you got more to experience, bro.
Yes.
Like this is all kumbaya. This is amazing,
Yeah.
but you got other shit to do.
See the way it picked up.
So the second ceremony with Zu, the divine feminine, and also she, instead of after taking the medicine, getting up and immersing yourself, she keep the eyes closed,
Sit down.
and sit down. And that really, 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 it was different because I was like sitting with myself in a different way,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a lot of chaos in that second ceremony.
Yeah.
There was a lot of energy with you, Kamila, and Zoo being there, and then with, I think, the things that was going on in the
Yep.
journey at the time, and sitting with it, keeping my eyes closed like that. It was different, bro. It was different, but I do want to. One of my main takeaways from the second ceremony was, again, a reminder from Big Bro, like, not even just Big Bro, the other ancestors as
Yep.
well. Like, you have more to do here,
Mm-hmm.
young God. You have more that you need to do, because there was a part of me that I
Ready to
felt
go,
like I was
nigga.
ready to go. Like,
My spirit felt it, bro. That's why I said what I was saying.
I
I
was
already knew.
like,
That's why I had to get my ass up out. I had to get you up.
man.
I was trying to flow on my flow. I'm like, spirit, like, man, go over there and help this nigga Miles. I'm like, all right.
And I was like, yeah, I was like, y'all take me, I'm good. Like,
Bro, you was like,
but I had to,
yep.
it's the reminder,
And you
like,
hit it like the warrior you supposed to, man.
man,
And that's probably why I didn't hit it the way you hit it. I wasn't supposed to,
yeah,
so I wouldn't go as deep, so that I could be. I knew you weren't gonna do that
that's
medicine again.
again,
I knew you wasn't.
yeah, because
My spirit was saying, I'm like, niggas not doing it again.
it was. Because after I did it the first time, then Zoo was trying to
Yeah.
trying to get. She's
She's
like,
like, you got to purge.
got a little bit more to purge, but I I didn't feel it, bro. And I'm like, if I go back in there, I might not come back. So, you know what I'm saying? And then so that was my only two times doing it. But then I also had a very profound experience on shrooms. We did microdose mushrooms together in Playa on the beach, and I remember in that instance. It took mine a little bit longer to kick in, and you was already out there flowing, flowing, pretty much back in ceremony, and I was like, I don't know, bro, I'm not feeling nothing yet, and then next thing you know,
Yeah.
once you came over there, and I was like, oh, here we are,
Yeah.
here we are, here we are. And so I just say, bro, like, any plant medicines, it's a beautiful cheat code of reminding us who we are, showing us things about ourselves. But I also feel like it's I feel like I had the profound experiences I have had because of the intention, because
Yes.
because of the, you know what I'm saying, the true essence of it. I'm not just doing this for no recreational purposes, not just doing this to try to get a high or to try to whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was for true healing, enlightenment, understanding.
I think that that intention plays a big role. Intention in everything, but too, it's like knowing that it's not the end all be all. You know, it's a tool to help you, assist you within your journey of whatever it is that you're doing for yourself. And whatever you already did, the medicine is going to help, connect that and have you understand it more. So if you already have this, like we already have this certain inner knowledge, spiritual knowledge, conscious knowledge, even beyond your, not even getting to your subconscious. When you do those medicines, it just connects. Like what Rick was saying, like he already had all this knowledge. So when he did the medicine, it just connected all the dots of what he already know, and then expressing stuff that his spirit, soul knew, he allowed to come back to the forefront. Like the first ceremony, like I said before, I popped up like, yo, I knew this. I meditated on this. This came to me, but I didn't know if I was tripping. I done smoked. Maybe I'm seeing something. Like, I don't know. Maybe. But then with doing this, like, nah, this. I know now. It's not a belief or this and that. I think also, one thing people should know is like, shit ain't sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Talk about it, bro.
it ain't sweet. Before I do any ceremony, I still feel in my heart this. But as I said before, it's like if your ego is a conscious, everything is conscious, has a consciousness. Nobody wants to die for even if it's 2 seconds. So the ego is a consciousness. It doesn't want to be disappeared. Then you're like, no, Rodney, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, and then also, like you said, like, where are you at? You know, within your journey. So I think, you know, doing it with the right people, not doing it in like groups that are just after money. Like, you know, a lot of ayahuasca ones can be just in a big group and it's all about money. Nobody's really trying to help you, guide you through whatever it is that you may be experiencing. Which is why you hear a lot of like traumatic stories about certain people. Yeah, you may see things that are going to be beyond your understanding and things can be scary, but if you have someone there that you trust, which is why you always say you have to trust me, you know, so you can truly surrender, that can help guide you through it. It can change like your experience. If I wasn't there, I don't know how your junk's gonna go that first time, you know. So if you have somebody there that can help you transmute those things, it's amazing. But I think like intention, the group of people you're doing it with, I think those things are really truly needed when you're going to do anything with any type of medicines, with any type of people. Because like I said, we all do it. You know, we have divine energies. We did the work, so I'm not gonna have to worry about me feeling like, all right, I say this. I did some mushrooms before in Peru before I left Peru. I know my spirit. I'm not supposed to do mushrooms. Oh, okay. See. No, I'm not supposed to be doing mushrooms recreationally like that. But I did it with a group of people. And since they couldn't leave, I'm feeling all these fucking energies. And I can't sit and really transmute it until they leave. So it wasn't until after they left and I'm just on the ground. I'm like, oh my God. But I know they're all reflexes of me to an extent. So I'm like, oh my God, I have to transmute all of these energies, all these other feelings. Even though they're part of me, that's still their shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel it all. So as soon as they left, nigga, I was on the ground hurting. Cam cleaned up my spot and left. But bro, I was on the ground because I could just feel all those energies. And afterwards, they were truly thankful. The guy hit me up like, I truly needed that. It really blessed me, this and this and that. But after that time, I was like, oh yeah, this is why you don't just do it with anybody or do it in big places like that. Any type of thing. Ayahuasca, mushrooms. I definitely can't do mushrooms recreation. Anytime I try to do it on the fun shit, body like, nigga, what the fuck you thinking?
Exactly.
What the fuck you thinking? Go home.
And it makes sense what you feeling, like you said, feeling all of those energies because, you know, obviously I've known you for a long time and we're very similar as being empaths. You know what I'm saying? We feel, just naturally we feel people's energy. You know, they try to come for us for, you know, when they're sad or for help, support, guidance, anything like that. So, of course, you know, with the being on the mushrooms, enhances that much further.
Yes.
And in that you kind of also talked about, you said doing the work, like that shadow work. Shadow work. I believe shadow work is so important because if you don't clean out your closet, so to speak, if you don't face your demons or your darkness or your traumas or whatever, however you want to call it, then those will you will have to face them either sooner or later. So if you're taking mushrooms or taking ayahuasca and you're not having that intention and you didn't do that shadow work, you didn't, then
it's gonna present itself.
It's gonna present itself, and chances are you're probably not gonna be too ready for it. So I think that's when we hear some of the people that say they had a bad trip, bad experience, and I'll never do this.
I seen the devil.
Like you just seeing yourself in a different shape or form.
Oh God.
Stand out in the groove. Yeah, I'm never in the loop. All family, no crew. The only nigga from me, Benjamin Blue. Accountable, I ain't listening to. Nothing outside of myself. I'ma do me. You should follow suit. You can see it in my aura. I'm the gold in the room. I be pulling from the moon. Heard the starlight in you. I'm flowing like water. Stay glued to the soil. Fire in me, I'm boiling. When I'm gone.
I had to look in the traffic camp, get a new pick, develop who I am. Had to detach from my own genes, old habits, new lens, validate who I'm letting in. Gave too much, feeling less than. I finally know my worth and my value in a setting.
Love me the most when they praying on my downfall, hoping that I lose it all. Love me the most, even when they short me, I'ma stand tall. Love me the most, the most.
Yo, I'm proud of us, Brody. We finally did this.
Oh God, we did.